It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see the Rams' sure-handed wide receiver. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Rams and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Taking it about the 1. Get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Baker. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers, and hopefully what sucked them last week resolves itself this time around.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 69 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll run on first down. Rutledge. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board first on the road here in L.A. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They start the drive with Matthews. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for Matthews last week: 18 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Baker. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off. A pretty decent gain.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Baker can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Baker gets this one to Morris. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. A 1st down carry for Matthews. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off play action. Baker going underneath for Matthews.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They go play action here on 1st down. And Walker has it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. Rutledge. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Baker. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Baker. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On first down, Rutledge, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Cardinals at 3-4 on the year coming into play. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is
under pressure again, and down he goes again.
3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Baker. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Matthews. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Back to throw. Baker. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They run middle with Matthews. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw. Baker. He dumps it off to Matthews. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's on his way.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
Baker on 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Now 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Baker. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 13 yards out. And the Rams have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down now, but that clock rolling. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The throw over the middle taken in. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He'll look to throw.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Baker. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. The Seahawks trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. The Chiefs seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. The Bills finish off an up and down first half on an up note as they even their mark at 4-4 with a victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Now a dump off here complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Baker. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first round.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They run it. It's Matthews. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down now, Rutledge. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken at the 46. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that lost week at the hands of Seattle. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Matthews. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Matthews. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Baker.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
A give left side to Matthews. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds ends up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are able to extend their lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
So out now come the Cardinals.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 46, here's second down and 3.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Touchdown, Cardinals! From 10 yards out.
And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Rams ready to go on offense. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. As they've done all day, they run with Matthews. Getting this just shy in midfield, they spotted at the 49.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
On first, it's Matthews again.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Looking to throw. Baker. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They toss wide side to Matthews.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Off play action. Baker. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs have.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Now a give, right side, Matthews. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And right side, they're going to get an option here. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now a give, right side. Rutledge. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense, just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Back to throw again. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is put a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Here's Baker throwing on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 1.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Matthews. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And he is going to have the Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Rams,
they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.